Dream SMP. Is Technoblade right? In this video, I go over if anarchism is really correct on the Dream SMP. Also, according to YouTube statistics, 0% of the people watching this video are actually subscribed, and that makes my dog sad. So if you want to cheer up my dog, please make sure to hit those sub and like buttons down below, as it would really help me out. Enjoy! So if you're a fan of the Dream SMP, you know that there are two sides of organization that the population can be: government or anarchism. People on the side of government include the Nation of Lemannberg, which is Tubbo, Tommy, Quackity, Nihichu, Jack Manifold, Fundy, and more if they wish to join. There are also some other governments, including the Egg one, which I forgot what it's called, but it was Bad Boy Halo, Awesome Dude, Ant Frost, and Captain Puffy. Lastly, we have the Dream SMP, which might confuse some people, but it means that people didn't really split off to join another faction, like Lemannberg, which is Eret, who's the king, George Not Found, Sapnap, Puns, Ponk, and, of course, Dream. This isn't really a nation, but a coalition of people that haven't exactly joined a nation, but they are willing to participate one if they want. Now, these are just the three main factions, in my opinion, because the other ones aren't big or important enough for us to talk about them here. If you want me to, make sure to leave a comment down below. Moving on, we have anarchism, which is a political theory holding all forms of governmental authority to be unnecessary and undesirable, and advocating a society based on voluntary cooperation and free association of individuals and groups, which basically means they don't like government. People in this category include Ranbu, who used to be in Lemannberg, Filza, kind of Nikki, who's a spy in Lemannberg, kind of Dream, because he's part of the Dream SMP land, and the man himself, Technoblade. Anyways, to determine which side is correct, we first have to define correct. There are other videos talking about this topic, being like, what's better for the SMP, but in this video, I'm going to go over what's morally correct. Like, a dictatorship is not really morally correct. What the SMP currently has is a combination of anarchism and government going against each other in wars, which is the most entertaining. So, good for it. Anyways, first we have government. And what better place to start than the Nation of Lemannberg, which is the main country after all. But how did it start? Well, it started when Wilbur wanted to make some drugs with his friend Tommy in it. After that war happened, Wilbur wanted to start a country to separate the Europeans from the Americans of the circle. That's right, it started out of racism. But it gets worse. After the events of the First Disc War, Wilbur decided to hold an election because he thought it was unfair that he was a self-proclaimed leader, yet he rigged this election to close off the ballot while there was only his party on it, which is him and Tommy in it as vice president. When he told Quackity, Quackity ran against him, so it was at least somewhat fair. And the process repeated 2 more times, where he would ask someone for help, and they would join the election against him. And the final election ballot was Wilbur and Tommy in it, Quackity and George Not Found, Jay Schlatt, and Fundy and Nihichu. But before the election had started, Wilbur and Tommy again tried to rig it by teaming up with Quackity so that Schlatt wasn't elected, because they thought he might be a power-hungry dictator. But instead of that, Schlatt teamed up with Quackity, and with a combined 46% of the votes, they won by 1%. Of course, Schlatt wasn't the best leader, no, but he was at least lawful, unlike Wilbur and Tommy. In the end, there was a war that ended up in Wilbur blowing up his own country, while Technoblade killed the members because he was promised that there was not going to be a government, yet when they took down the government, they made a new government. In short, Lemannberg is a dictatorship filled with corrupt leaders and spies like Nikki and Randu. Even Tubbo isn't cleared as president, as he kicked out his own best friend, Tommy, in order to save the country from Dream. who's literally one man beating an entire nation. But what about the other nations, you ask? Well, the Eggpire, I remember the name now, is based on the idea of a corrupted egg as its leader that can and will corrupt people while its members attempt to spread it. And the Dream SMP faction isn't really involved, but it is a monarchy with the leader being designated by Dream, so you decide for yourself. And while anarchy doesn't sound good at first, it works just fine with a minimal amount of people. As long as you agree to work in harmony or together without a leader, which is what Techno, Rambo, and Phil's are doing, you'll be just fine. They clearly don't have traitors. In fact, traitors work for them. Or corrupt leaders, because there can't be any leaders in anarchism. Besides, you can blow stuff up, or even kill people, and just do whatever you want. So, you tell me what political belief sounds better in the Dream SMP now. Just look at how many canon kills Technoblade already has. It is overall just more fun as you can spend time getting stacked instead of glossing over who your next leader is gonna be and what the heck your members are doing. Alright, you say. But what if they were to actually fight each other? There's no way a tiny anarchism could be a huge country. But that's the thing. It already has. If you look at the times they have fought, both ended up in the destruction of L'Manberg and the canon deaths of many of its members, including Tubbo, Tommy, and Jack. In short, governments are useful, but not when the majority of the leaders are corrupt or the ideology is corrupt. Anarchism is definitely better in the Dream SMP situation if you're focusing on it morally. Thank you for watching, and please leave a comment down below about my next video because I need some suggestions. Or just say that I'm completely wrong and how I'm completely wrong. Anyways, see ya!